So we're catching up with Matt, founder of Polyvinyl.
Yep.
Founder of Polyvinyl, and we've always been enthralled with the music and the artists he chooses to join his team. And so we just want to catch up with him and find out a little bit more about what is going on down here at South by Southwest.
Thanks, man. This is our 10th consecutive official South by showcase. We have 6 bands playing, including Wampire, Generationals, Shugo Takamaru from Japan.
Tell me a little bit about how you find the artist, or how you develop and identify who you want to bring onto the team, and what's the right sound for you guys.
We've always done a real good job of trying to work with bands that have a good DIY work ethic and hardworking, self-motivated types of bands that kind of meet the label halfway. So we work really hard, and we try to find bands that work really hard.
Yeah. Last year at South by Southwest, we bumped into a lot of folks with Starfucker, Josh, and those kids, and that kid is one of the hardest working kids I've seen. He puts so much time in and so much passion into his work. I know that you Wampire's kind of new to be officially with you guys.
Yeah.
But tell us about that molding time and that getting to know you, the dating time before they come on board.
I think just like with anything, we generally like to see bands, get to know what they're up to, get to know them as people, get an idea of like what their plans and goals are for the band, and make sure that meets with how we feel Polyvinyl should always operate.
Yeah, I've seen so much creative small short run projects that you guys do and support, and I know that that's really important in the artist side of it, because you're always trying to innovate and bring some new things to your sound and explore, and not all our experiments work out for the long run, but they also present a great component to the dialogue that goes on. Right. That seems to be a really big part of your focus too, is to allow that freedom to come into the artist. Right. Was that always been the way? Or?
Yeah, I mean, like, we do a lot of the short run type projects, 7 inches, leading into full album releases. The label was founded by my wife and myself, 16 years ago, on the basis of doing 7 inches, and it's rad that we still do them now, and it's still a viable medium for new bands now. We have a headquarters office is actually in Champaign, Illinois, and then satellite offices in San Francisco.
Okay. I didn't know if that also has an influence onto where you find your talent.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, we basically have at this point a full functioning office in San Francisco where we're finding bands and seeing bands, and same thing in Champaign.
So you mentioned an artist from Japan. Yep. That's it's not like it's right across over in Japan. I've been there, and it's quite a trip, and it's a trek to get out there. How did you come across that artist?
Shugo Takamaru's, we're pretty friendly with his manager, and we're familiar with a couple records he put out before Polyvinyl, and then we licensed the records and put them out in the States for domestic release.
Oh, very cool. All right, well, we appreciate you taking some time to sit down with us during South by Southwest 2013, and catch up for more music and more tunes and more excitement.
All right. Thanks, man.
Rocky Tinder.
Eric Phipps.
Mine is Cole Browning.
Andrew Meininger.
Kevin Raffin.
So we're catching up with Wampire. They just finished their first show at South by, so they're still fresh. This is before everything's gone on. How many sets do you have going on this week?
9 altogether, so 8 more.
8 more. So again, is this your first South by?
We came here a few years ago, mainly just to fuck around. But yeah, this is the first one doing like official shows and stuff.
Your sound, it has nuances of some surfer rock in there and some psychedelic, but then also there's just some really poppy riffs that you guys kick out. How did y'all come to that sound and develop that?
It's like a long process of like playing music together. Mostly like listening to old psych rock and then soul and like trying to patch together like good pop songs with like some like more like intelligent riffs maybe, you know, like and just like working on that sort of like sound. We also really love synths, and that's like a huge part of our sound, which doesn't really relate as much to the like psychedelic rock. It's more of a pop instrument. So like, you know, going for like a David Bowie synth, Brian Eno synth sort of sound mixed with like surfy garage, whatever we end up sounding like.
Of other bands that are on the label, I don't know how much you interact with them, or you know if there's sometimes there's shows together and tours like that. But do you have an opportunity to engage with those folks and bounce ideas off of each other?
I mean, sort of. A lot of why we got signed too is the Starfucker guys have been, you know, really supportive of us for years. So they were telling Seth about us a while ago, so he was looking forward to seeing us. So you know, they're the band that we have the most connection with. And then there's other bands. We just met Generationals in New Orleans. I think they're the other recent sign. Vivian Girls are on there, of Montreal. Some cool stuff. Deerhoof's on there.
I know Starfucker spends so much time on the road, just bouncing around, and in between any projects he's working on, he seems like he's always on the road. What's the plan for you guys after South by?
We'd like to stay on the road.
Yeah, more touring.
We're actually going to do a little tour with Starfucker in June.
Yeah.
Just like a 2-weeker of
West
the
Coast.
Southwest.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we're really stoked on that.
Yeah.
Cool. So you said that your sound kind of just developed after playing together for a long time. What is that background? When were y'all in the sandbox together, or like where did that start?
Eric and I met in middle school, so
Yeah.
we've been jamming ever since.
And Kevin too, our synth player, Kevin over
Yeah,
here.
he lived 2 doors down from me growing up.
And he listened to 3 Doors Down.
There's a huge vampire surge. I don't know if you like, that genre or where. Tell me about the name, where it came from.
It's purely coincidental, really, because we had the name
Let it be
7
known.
years ago.
Yeah, we picked the name before the vampire surge happened.
Yeah.
So.
But
suck on that.
it is kind of fun, that like people like speculate about the name when we really had no plan of it, and now it's like people are always, what's the name? What's the name about? It's just like a funny name that we came up with.
Yeah, it's a fun band name.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the story.
if you have a different tongue, then Wampire is Wampire.
Yeah.
I know German pretty well, and Vampire is like vampires in German, and that was kind of like a play on like German American like interaction. I lived in Germany for a little bit, and so I just wanted to name it like something that was like kind of funny from a cultural perspective, not I don't know. But Americans don't get it yet.
Yeah.
Well, right on, guys. I'll let you guys get your South by underway. I appreciate you spending some time with us. It was really great to meet you and hang out. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.